Hello, everyone. I'm Rafik Ferroukh. I'm solution architect at Harvest Group and no bullshit supporter too. Just some words about Harvest Group. Harvest Group, we are a digital solution creator and software suite services developer. We work with small firms to large national banks, asset managers, banks, insurers, and individual and independent wealth managers. We have 35 years of history with strategic investments for Groupe. We are leader in France and project to be the same in Europe. We provide complete softwares, services, CRM, investment strategy tools, asset management tools, APIs for our customers for data analysis around finance and wealth management. We are more than 500 talents where tier are specialized in technologies. We are about 4,600 customers across Europe, and we double our revenue from 35 million euros in 4 years. If you want to join great company where and great group too, where that invest in cloud transformation, great technical project, and generative AI, so scan the QR code or visit harvest.fr/career. Thank you. Our goal today together is to start at the end of this talk is to think that we can stop to develop graphical user interface that consume our APIs today and start to develop chatbots that will make the interfaces between end users and our APIs. This might sound hard. I can understand. But I will show you the easy and the useful way to do that. And I will give you the new way of thinking that could help you to develop and to met in place chatbots effectively. I don't ask you to erase all your current existent graphical interface. So how to? First, we have artificial intelligence, the system capacity that can simulate human brains. Scary, maybe. After that, we have generative AI, set of tools that are powered by LLM from text input and videos and voice can have output as text, images, videos, and voice. And the second field, we have our apps, our APIs, our database, and we want to develop chatbot that can consume our apps and will make the connection between the AI field and our existing APIs and apps. So today I propose that will be long chain for J. For this travel together, we will have 6 steps. First, we will see what's long chain for J. After that, we will see 3 demo. How to integrate LLM, the first and principal feature of long chain for J. RAG integration, API tools integration, use case warning, and we will go with takeaway at the end. Let's take in place and start maybe the show. So long chain for J, what is it? Long chain, it's startup based at San Francisco, the USA, specialized in generative AI. At the origin, they create two frameworks, one dedicated to JavaScript and one dedicated to Python. So we have multiple notions, vector stores, document loaders that will help to create RAG, LLM notions to integrate remote LLM to our chatbot, agents with prompting. All these features can be done through using LangChain. But one day, Dmitry Lyubarsky said, it exists for the Python, JavaScript, but it doesn't exist for the wonderful language that can exist on Earth. Java. And he launched LangChain4j, library free and open source, where he started to report all the main features from Python framework to Java. First demo we will see here how with LangChain4j we can create basic GPT. So let me switch to my code. Here for the first demo we have assistant here, class interface. Here I create a chat method annotated with the AI service and I prompt my system message. After that, I create assistant configuration. I use here Spring Boot with LangChain4j starter. It's more easy for me to show you the capacity of what LangChain4j can offer. So here I create something like to limit the window messages to 10. And I create an assistant controller here where I expose API endpoint assistant that receive the user message through the chatbot and return the response. And I configure in application properties here my API with the GPT for how many and some other parameters. It will allow when Spring Boot will start, it will create the connection to the remote LLM and provide this to the assistant. Okay, basic with simple code lines. So let's test. For example, here I have my assistant. I will erase precedent old messages, and here I can say, what's your favorite team, for example? And my favorite team will be normally Paris Saint-Germain, the best and the greatest soccer team in France and in the world. Why it said this? Because I prompted here to be a journalist, passionate and fan of Paris Saint-Germain. But I do not influence the bot to be against Marseille, for example. So I said, are you a fan of Marseille? If you don't know, Marseille and Paris are rivals teams in France, but Paris is best. And here, as fan of Paris Saint-Germain, I have a natural rivalry with Marseille. Okay, great, I like your assistant. So this first example to show you the power of LangChain4j to create basic GPT. For example, you can imagine to go deeply and create your own local GPT at your company. Now we will see RAG integration. First, we have to see what's RAG, basically, because I see a lot of bullshit publications, around the RAG, okay? But I take the challenge to simplify the definition here today for you. So RAG, when we said RAG, the description of RAG, the three letters, it's a retrieval augmented generation. Is it more clear? No. So the basic thing to know around the RAG and definition is the embedding store and the embedding model. For me, RAG, I would simplify that with saying that it's an helper, because it will help your LLM to know more your context. So before starting and open the chatbot to your users, you have to provide all your local document, business data, external sources, document, text, PDF, databases, what you want to your RAG. After that, LangChain4j, we create chunks, text segments, And after that, ask embedding models to create embeddings and store them in as vectors in the embedding store. And after that, when the users, for example, said, should a good developer use UML? UML, maybe the LLM at the end doesn't know what's LLM. So LangChain will ask embedding, using embedding model, will ask to give the closest context to the query. And the closest context here is UML, Unified Model Language, is standard modeling language. So we will ask LLM with query and context. And the answer is response, because we have all different ideas about should the good developer use UML. For me, it's no, but it's my personal opinion. So this RAG simplified. So now we will see a demo where I choose to adapt, integrate PDF from term and condition of use of SNCF. For example, I will show you this. I will go to my code here, and I close AI server and go to RAG CGU Coderant, because I choose Coderant to be my vector database here. I create an assistant without prompt to not influence the assistant. After that, I create resource where I expose the API that use the assistant. But before, I have to build my RAG, as I show you before. So here I provide the PDF document of terms and conditions of SNCF. SNCF is a French railway company, where the slogan is, the slogan, never too late. just joking. I like you. So here we have 80 pages of terms and conditions. We are agreed that search in this document is very difficult. So I provide this to my RAG and ask LangChain to create chunks called text segment at LangChain. Using embedding model, we create embedding, and after that, I instantiate. Do not see the code quality. It's just for demo. Okay, it's more simple to explain. I create Coderant connection that I instantiate locally, and I ask to store the vectors in Coderant in collection called CGU, for example, layer embeddings. And after that, I use content retriever to associate all embedding store, embedding model with some parameters. And after that, I can create my assistant and can now be used by end users through the endpoint that I have here. And chat language model and embedding model, same thing for chat language model. I specify it here as Spring Boot, LangChain 4J properties using Spring Boot. Okay. So if I go here, I can use RAG CGU Coderant here. So I have to erase the response. I can say, yeah, what type of bikes can I take? Okay, it answers in French. So let's see in English, please. Okay, it makes the translation. And after that, I can say SNCF never too late. Really? Okay, it answers me something good too. So just to show you with the basic way how you can build basic RAG using documents. You can see now the potential and the power of the framework that can help you to build more than PDF document indexation. Okay, so back to the slides. Now we will see the API tools integration. What is a tool? I will simplify. As I'm no bullshit supporter, I like to simplify concepts for everything, for every every person and everywhere. So tool, when you ask, for example, today an LLM, basic LLM, square root of great number like that, the majority of times the LLM will answer with the wrong response. But with tool notion, I can, using the tool annotation, I can define Java method square root, for example, here, that when where I will ask this method to return the square root of given number. And the second, the future try long chain for J will ask to calculate square root of this big number, but indicate additionally the square root method. And now the LLM can now calculate correctly the square root of this the big number and provide the correct answer. Okay. So here for the demo, I choose to stock management or inventory management API basic root operations. Okay. So if I come back to my code here, I have tools. In my tools, I have product bin here, ID, name, type of quantity, and I choose to manage fruit and vegetables CRUD operations. I have only my product services here. Only product services. I initialize the inventory with apple, tomato, strawberry, and pear here. And after that, I define my CRUD operations, return the list of products in stock with tool annotation. I indicate how we can search using an ID with @p annotation to indicate ID product identifier. Same thing if we want to search by name. Same thing for add product identifier ID with all the parameters. More I describe using tool and p annotations, more it will be precise on the answers. And for update here and delete. Now let's see. Just show you that I create customer agent, super agent with the simple prompt, and here I expose my API endpoint tools with message in input. Okay, that will use the customer super agent based on the tools definition. So now, if I come back, tools, erase all the response. First thing is give inventory. Okay, normally it will show me apple, tomato, and extra, strawberry and pear. Now I will ask add watermelon because I like watermelon. I don't precise the I don't put the quantity and the type. Okay, and here quantity 100. Why? If I show you my code here, I precise that if by default the quantity is 100, so it's not provided, so put 100. Okay, but I don't precise to the type. If I ask now give inventory, I can see fruit because LLM detect that watermelon is fruit. Great. Now if I said update apple to with wrong label, to that. I have demo effect here. Okay, it doesn't work here. I have to reboot. Give me 1 minute. Okay. At the first time and every time on demo, we have demo effect, as we said in French. So just a minute to reboot the Spring Boot app. Okay. Okay, just to see that we have here, show you that we use just simple prompt here, and now it started. We can see, we can launch again the request, update Apple to okay, just a minute. I will just make this to be to have okay, so here I have to do that. I have to, okay, so if I said tomato, for example, okay, I don't have chance to today in this demo, but but normally it works. So we said give him inventory. Okay, so here if I delete all my dream one day, so okay, all the product ad are deleted, and can now we can confirm that no stock. So the update doesn't work today, but believe me that it works generally. Okay, so let's back to the slides. Use cases now. At Worldline, real use case. At Worldline, they integrate Longchain4j to create an alternate chat GPT. At L'Oreal, they create Loyal GPT, a beautiful GPT, and local for you for their employees, and they create mobile app called Beauty Success. It can scan your skin and provide you and recommend for you loyal products based on the result of scan, and all based on powered by Longchain Python version. Same thing at Veolia. They create internal GPT using Longchain Python version and chatbot based on local data of Veolia to make employees' life much easier to have to do search on local data Veolia data. And OVH Cloud, they develop their AI endpoints to provide to their customers using Longchain4j. And you can imagine a lot of use cases. Personally, I'm interested on human resource process to imagine tool that can help recruiters team to be more efficient in their job every day. Warnings. Here we don't speak about security. You have to study to how to secure the connection between the exchanges between chatbot, remote LLM, Longchain4j, etc. Data sharing. Maybe you will share if you use a remote LLM, for example, OpenAI or Anthropic. You have to share maybe sensitive data. License cost. If you use remote LLM, you have to keep in mind that you will pay something related to use related to tokens number and the request number per user. More, if you ask Longchain4j to handle a lot of data, so you want more you want really adapted infrastructure with some CPU, correct GPU, etc. And for the use cases, it's Longchain. It's for JavaScript, Python, and Java. For the other language and from framework, it's not possible today. And for me, it's important to say that don't use Longchain4j to just exploit simple file with simple data or simple database. As we said, don't use Canon to kill a fly, or in French, ne pas tuer une mouche avec un fusil. So use Longchain4j for the dedicated use cases. For takeaway, we see during this talk that we can create API with simple endpoints to be a chatbot, to create local GPT, to handle documents, databases through RAG, and to use to tools Notion to exploit your Java services, for example, with another manner, another way, using Longchain and all the concepts that it introduces, like tools, vector stores, document loaders. Use case, the main use case is local GPT. I said local or internal GPT is the main use case at this day in in companies. And for the gains, we will conclude with that without forget all the warnings that I described before. For me, as business, we have two paths. The first part is that to continue to develop graphical user interface. If it succeeds, so continue in this way. If it fits your business needs and you have customers with a happy way, so keep on it. But if you have use case where generative AI can be more adaptive, so stop to develop graphical interface and start to develop chatbots. But before, you have to acquire mindset around generative AI. What is it? What are the benefits? Do a POC using Longchain 4J or other framework if you want. For example, you have Spring AI, you have semantic from Microsoft semantic framework. But for me, Longchain 4J, if you do Java or Python or JavaScript, is the more simplest and more powerful framework at this day. You have to POC, acquire knowledge to be updated to the market, and after that you have to evaluate your ROI. And if it's okay and it fits your business needs and it's adapted to your context, business context, so go ahead. And thank you for listening this talk. All my references, the first is the link to GitHub, to my GitHub, where you can find all the code implementation demo. And thank you. And if you want to give me your feedback, you have to scan this QR code. Give me your feedback. It will help me to be more good for my next talks, and it allow me to grow with the time. So thank you, and see you next.